Hello there.
Did you finish your editorial?
No. I haven't even started on it.
Problems?
I just got another letter from George Adams.
Adams? Oh, that's the man who offered you the job.
Yeah, job's still there, too. You know, editorials, special assignments and things. I thought we ought to talk about it.
We've talked about it.
Again, you know.
Why?
Because I love you, that's why. And because I know what prisons are, and because I think this town is a prison for you now.
Thanks, Warden, but we can't just pack up and pull out.
Why not?
Oh, we have too many things to consider and too much to do.
All we have to do is run this in tomorrow's edition.
Furnished, 2-story, 3-bedroom, immediate occupancy. Contact Mr. or Mrs. Elliot Carson.
Ran it off a few days ago.
I thought you just heard from Mr. Adams.
Yeah, he got mine last week.
And, you wrote him for the job?
Just to see if it was still there, that's all. You know, I looked at that thing when I first ran it off, and I looked at it the same way you're looking at it now. And the next day, it didn't seem so bad to me. Today, it's no shock at all.
It's pretty black and white.
Oh, it's been black and white for a long time, Connie. I should have taken you out of this town the day we finally realized Allison wasn't coming back. But we waited around, kidding ourselves, torturing ourselves. And Rachel, now Kelly.
Maybe we should have gone before, but we didn't. Maybe we couldn't. Maybe we're still here because there's more for us here.
There's nothing more in this town for us, Connie. Nothing but bitterness.
There's the shop and the paper. What about Dad? He'll want to be with Matthew.
Not at the risk of sacrificing you.
Is this just for me?
No. It's us. It's us. We've got a new family now. And we owe ourselves a new life.
That means a new home, a new town, new job, and new friends.
Well, I thought a lot about the way I climbed over Mike Rossi. You know, the way I did it. Maybe he didn't deserve all the things I said about him. I'm not saying I'm sorry. Perhaps some of the things I said about him I was saying about myself. For instance, I accused him of allowing you to do something that he knew would hurt you very much. And then I think, what am I doing by allowing you to stay in this town day after day? If I was really interested in your happiness, I'd do something about it. I'd get you out of here.
I don't know.
I do.
is this? This isn't even your file. If I don't double check on everything around here. Indications are that the mitral valve is clear and there's no evidence of any scar tissue growing again. Now, the report we got back from the heart surgeon yesterday's negative. Well, that is to say, it's negative in the sense that there's no further growth of scar tissue.
There's no further growth?
That's right. Rita, will you please sit down?
Okay.
Now, let's see. Well...
You're not telling me everything.
What's that?
You're not telling me everything.
You've got nothing to worry about. I hope the word negative isn't confusing you in any way. I mean, actually, it's very positive for you.
You're not telling me the truth. What haven't you told me? Why are you keeping something from me?
Rita, listen, I'm not keeping anything from you. What's the matter with you?
The way you've been talking and acting, you haven't looked me in the eye. I feel like all the things you've been saying are... You don't really mean them. They're just a bunch of words.
Rita, the truth is, you came through your operation just fine. There's nothing wrong with you now. Your heart is fine. It's perfect.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Thank goodness. You really had me worried.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I guess that's my fault. I'm kind of moody today. Elliot and I had a misunderstanding. I just passed him in the square out there without saying a word to him. It's not a very good feeling.
You've been friends with him for such a long time. He'll probably get over it.
Well, I hope so. Well, listen, there's no reason to keep Norman waiting in suspense any longer, huh? Nurse, would you send Norman Harrington in, please? Thank you. Come on. We'll give him the good news,
You sure all right, Doctor?
Yeah, Norman, she's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Good, that's a relief. That look on your face when you walked in here.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about it. Look, you two go on. Have a good time today, huh?
Thank you, Dr. Rossi.
Okay.
You know something? I have very good taste.
So do I.
Working on these bikes.
Fine.
Ed Peters brought them in.
Good for Ed Peters.
Now, if I can sell them for him, I can pick up most of the profit. Not bad.
Not bad.
Okay, let's see the dress you bought.
How did you know I bought a dress?
Clairvoyant.
All right, then tell me what color it is.
Beige.
Did Rita call you?
No. But I called her.
Well, it sounds like you've been thoroughly briefed on everything I did.
Wait a minute now. Daddy, in defense of my sister-in-law, she is not a blabbermouth. She was coerced into talking to a nervous, prospective bridegroom.
Tell me, what are you going to be like after the wedding?
Impossible. You made some plans today, right?
Right. And you don't want to hear about them, right?
Right. Well, do I get to see it?
Oh, yeah. What's it?
Well, it's very pretty.
Thank you. Rod, I've had something on my mind. I tried to forget it along with everything it went with, but I just can't.
Wait a minute, Betty. Funeral services for the past were held last night. We have nothing to do now but think about wedding plans.
We have to think about our marriage. And we agree that means everything on the table, right?
Right.
Rod, I'm glad the baby's not yours. It's just a baby. And I hated her. Anyone else would have raised her for you, no matter who the mother was, but I just couldn't.
And now you hate yourself.
If Dr. Rossi hadn't told us it was his brother's baby and not yours, I'd still hate it. And I'm ashamed of that.
Betty, do you want to know what I thought when we found out? Thank God. Now, I'm not too proud of that feeling either, but... Well, I'm free. Free to do what I want to do. To marry the girl I want to marry. And I don't hate myself for it.
Reverend Winter set a rehearsal date for us.
Can't we do our rehearsing at home? Thank you for your help.
You mean I'm fired?
No, you still have the job.
Oh, until you find a spinster, you mean.
Well, right. But, you know I don't have a lot of time to look.
I'll say. Thank you very much for walking me home today.
Who takes care of your baby all this while?
Lori, the waitress at the cider barrel. And then her mother in the afternoon, and Lori again now.
That's a pretty complicated schedule, isn't it?
You don't approve, do you?
This is tough for me to say, but I know you need the money, Joe. But I've got to be convinced that your personal problems won't interfere with the work.
I'll do my best, Reverend.
All right. I will try. I'll see you in the morning.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Go to Elliot. It means a lot to me. He won't come to you.
I just want to know why. Why are they getting divorced, and why do we have to move to New York?
You've already said everything there is to be said.
Not quite. There's one thing left, and this is the appropriate time to say it. On the eve of your wedding.